What can we truly call our home? Where can we truly go after we are done evolving on this earth? Where do you think everything goes after that? Do you think life is just some big experiment? Are we to be toyed with? Are we to be advanced? Or do we advance ourselves? Or is there some form of gene manipulation coming from another galactic civilization? As the studies go, that the Anunnaki have come down in the Sumerian ages, long before the Egyptian ages, and long before that, ever since we've been huddled, as soon as we started learning how to communicate, there has always been some form of witchcraft. There's some sort of study of spiritual, suggestive nature ever since we first learned how to communicate with each other, not only with each other, but other animals and the earth itself. So where do we go once we actually dissolve all that, or evolve that to the point? It's all about perspective. You can either learn how to adapt that. Everything is going through everything is going through a spiral right now, and we are learning how to find collective knowledge around the whole world, and there are people that find collective knowledge around the whole world to shape something new. And every single ideology, every single sentence in every single book, every single ancient writing on a wall is being reconfigured. And everybody goes through everything, right? And everything's being reconfigured, and everything that has existed, or every single ideology, or every single thought that we had is going to, we are going through it all and accepting information and discarding information we no longer need. And some things are to be argued upon and to create a golden new age. But what is the point of a golden age if there is nothing to share it with outside of ourselves? What's the point of it all? We have to configure it out sometime. We have to go beyond the stars and figure it all out as time moves on. There's a story to our nature, one that has not been found, one that we refuse to cherish, one that we refuse to acknowledge. There's a past between us and other species. There is something in us. It's our genetic material and everything that we have created for ourselves, and we can look into what has created us, and there's 97% junk DNA, but what really is that junk DNA? And only 3% of our own DNA is supposedly worthwhile. But what is the other 96% of it? People, the scientists tell us, and the world tells us, that 97% of our DNA is really junk. But what if it wasn't? What if there was something hidden inside that junk? What would happen if we find a way through scientific means, or through the mind, or in any other suggestive manner, that we activate 100% of our DNA? What will really happen to us? Some have suggested that we'll evolve ourselves to the point where we turn into our own mythologies. Like, some say that some will become vampires, some will become werewolves, some will become amphibian. But we don't know that. Because there are definitely there could be stuff in our junk DNA. Because when animals eat their prey, they eat them raw, and they drink the blood, and they're like werewolves. Animals are like werewolves. So what if there was something in our junk DNA that will inhibit and activate our predatory instincts to eat raw? What if in our junk DNA, what if we found that we grow more hair to the point where we're a wolf? Or what if we start, in our hidden DNA, what if we activate it and we start growing scales? It's little things like that we have to eventually figure it out. And our society has been oppressed by religion for over 1,000 years. Junk data, and that's all religion is that it's junk data. What's really going on is that aliens have come down thousands of years ago, And we confused their hovercrafts with the term God. And once people actually start figuring out that all this junk data and religion talking about God and Jesus will go away. I mean, what if Jesus or Muhammad or Shivaya and all these terms, like Kali Ma and Ganesh and Ganesha and all the gods, Horus, Isis, Set, what if they were all aliens or they were offspring of alien hybrids? And they're called Nephilim. That the gods, supposed gods, mated with humanity to make hybrids. But that doesn't make sense. Because in our primitive minds, we confuse aliens with gods. And once people start figuring out that these advanced thoughts, that humans were created from aliens, and that Jesus, Muhammad, all these figures in religion were really just hybrids. And once you actually start researching it through suggestive means, or find anything on the internet that's hidden from the public, you'll start realizing all these theories about Jesus Christ. I mean, like, never really believed in Jesus, but what if he was just a hybrid of an alien? And that's why he was so enlightened, that's why people followed him, is because his ideas were from not our Earth, but from another extraterrestrial place. And then there are more theories that Jesus Christ was created by Nordic aliens to be the messenger of the Nordic beings. Then there's a theory that doesn't exist, that it was created from the stories of Krishna and Horus and all that, because they all had 12 disciples. They were all born from a virgin. You know, like they could have, Christianity could have created Jesus Christ as a scam for people to believe in nonsense so they can buy and purchase content.